So in terms of my experiences here at Elephant Thoughts, it's actually endless. I could actually sit here for hours and talk about what's offered here at Riverstone Retreat, what's offered by the staff, experiences. But I'm kind of going to hone in on the most impactful experience so far, and I would say that it's definitely this retreat. Just because I really like being exposed to new things, trying new things, learning about new cultures, being able to integrate with Indigenous youth and elders, and kind of taking the opportunity to listen to what they have to say, listen to their teachings, listen to their plethora of advice. I would say it's definitely had the most impact on me. It allows me to see the world in such a different lens, and I love doing that. But more generally speaking, I love being at Elephant Thoughts because the retreat, I don't know if you guys can see the greenery behind me, but coming from such a busy Toronto city life where it's just noise constantly, there's crime, there's violence, there's so much going on that it's so hard to kind of just take time to yourself, take time to breathe, take time to enjoy the earth. So being here is definitely kind of just literally just a breath of fresh air, like literally and metaphorically, mentally, physically. It really just enhances your well-being. I'd also like to say the staff here at Elephant Thoughts, down to literally the photographers, to the people helping children, to staff, to the chef. Everybody's just so welcoming and nice. They really make you feel like you're at home. And I genuinely say this when I'm away from Elephant Thoughts, that this is my second home. But overall, the experience here at Elephant Thoughts is absolutely amazing. It's a great way to kind of step out of what you know, put yourself in somebody else's shoes, and really just experience the world in a very different perspective, and absolutely love it here.
I feel really happy from Elephant Thoughts. I mean, on the community when I was a kid, we had Elephant Thoughts, and that's what a lot of us kids looked forward to at the end of school, and just to go there and have a positive place to come to, you know, and have fun with your friends and your adult role models and all that. So I feel really good just being here, and just to know that it's Elephant Thoughts, you know, Elephant Thoughts. We're in Elephant Thoughts care, so it feels amazing just to be back in this safe place, because I haven't felt that in a long time, and something I gained is that it's okay to be you. Like you're not gonna get judged for it. It's just okay. Yeah, just being yourself.
So like I only knew what was told in the media or what we learned in school. So that was like such a vague understanding about Indigenous people, what they stand for. Like we learned about, mainly what I knew about is that they experienced trauma, they went through residential schools, they were just very suppressed, and they're like very like, people also label them as very like sad people, but like when I came here and I met them, they were nothing close to that. They're such happy, uplifting, kind people. They have such good energy, and I would say that definitely what we are told really makes us stereotype them, because meeting them has changed my whole perspective on them. And I learned a lot about them too, like about their cultures, about the we built the sweat lodge, so I learned a lot about that and the meaning behind a sweat lodge and all the traditional aspects of it.
Like my preconceived notion was that they were practically from Somalia. I thought that they were all like gonna just come like flight straight from Somalia to Toronto or something like that, and I was just like preparing for like a completely like a different cultural, like a big difference in culture. Was actually surprised to see one of them was wearing a shirt which was from a community in, I think, Western Quebec towards Hudson's Bay, East Cree, I believe, and some of them were summer camp leaders at the different Indigenous communities. So I came here sort of expecting that they wouldn't know anything about our culture and stuff like that, and really the other way around. They were very well immersed in Indigenous culture, which surprised me because I thought that they'd come here and they wouldn't be. So really I'm speaking from my own sort of experience, my own sort of thought process prior to coming here. And when they did, I was surprised because honestly they were a lot like us in so many different ways, and so that completely took that preconception and just tossed it right out the window. It was really shocking, but in a good way, and I really like that.
It's definitely important because I actually have met a lot of Indigenous people. I lived in Alberta for a little bit. I worked in BC for a little bit. So I never really got to connect with them on like a personal, like a personal relationship. Like we never ate together or got to talk for a long time. So coming here gave us the opportunity to ask questions and to realize that we're all the same people. There's not much difference between anybody, to be honest, but because the educational system doesn't inform us about the positive aspect of their upbringing and what they've been through, we don't know. We just, everything's kind of like stereotyped and vice versa. So being able to connect with them, and you know, we listen to the same music, we wear the same clothes, we eat the same foods, kind of, but it gave us a different experience. And just to see their community and the way they love their culture and still hold on to their culture is something that we don't really get to see in our school system, because it's not cool to like show your culture. Everyone's just trying to be the same when we go to school. Like even growing up, if you bring a different lunch, you're going to be looked at differently. But knowing them, they can go to school and they can bring out their lunch and they're going to be accepted is such a great experience. Like we never got to see that. So it's kind of the small things that I appreciate with getting to be in this program and getting to connect with different people. Even for the youth, like the younger kids, I can see that they're connecting with each other and they really relate on a deeper level. So yeah.
Well, originally I was excited to see like a new group of people, because where I live, it's usually like us and then people of European descent. It's just the two groups only. So coming into this, I was excited to see people from another culture. Coming into Toronto, we were driving for about an hour and then we met up with them, we picked them up, and then I think being on the party bus and having music made it a lot easier, for me at least, because we were all just like listening to music, dancing, we were like enjoying each other's company, and I feel like it made a really good first impression.